Okay,
All set to go?
yes.
Okay. Okay, so we'll call the meeting to order and we'll start with the land acknowledgement. So we would like to begin start again, Linda, by respectfully acknowledging that the town of Shelburne resides within the traditional territory and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, including the Ojibwe, Potawatomi, Chippewa, and the peoples of the Three Fires Confederacy. These traditional territories upon which we live, work, and play and learn are steeped in rich indigenous history and traditions. It is with this statement that we declare to honor and respect the past and present connection of indigenous peoples with this land, its waterways and resources. So item 2 is adoption of the agenda. Are we going to discuss anything about anybody have any questions about the previous minutes? Not. Can I get somebody to move the adoption of the agenda as it's done here? Can't see anybody's hands.
I'll move it.
Okay, Kyle
A second.
and seconded by. Okay, all in favor? And hands up there. Thank you. Just got to get my okay thing to go there. Let's see. Okay. And number 3 is declaration of any pecuniary interest for anybody. If not, we can go on to item 4. Adoption of March 5th meeting of the Arts and Culture Committee. Okay, that was done. And general discussion. So anything in that list of things that needs to be?
Sorry, Linda, it's the May 7th minutes that we're adopting. You said March 5th.
Yeah, that's what it says here. That's why I wondered about it. Weird.
Yeah, mine says May 7th.
I see May 7th.
Why do I have March 5th on that? Because the front of it is.
You're looking at the minutes of the May
May
7th
minute.
meeting, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay, so item 4, adoption of the minutes.
I can move that.
May 7th. Lindsay, I'm seconded by me. Who's that? Who's it, Deb? Deb, okay. All in favor? That's carried. And so number 5 is general information discussion items on Friday in the park. And the first 2 are June 13th and the next one's July 25th. And so we're just going to confirm whether we have everybody available for the booth promoting the Arts and Culture Committee. I know I can be there next, or the, on
Just,
the 13th.
just wanted to know if you wanted to do both or if you wanted to just pick one, if you wanted to do the one on June 13th and then see how it goes before committing.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Sure.
Assume that if
Okay,
everything
so
goes.
because I know Kyle's not available for either date,
Right.
but I've received responses from Lindsay and Bella and Deb that they are available on June 13th. And Linda, you're saying you are as well?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I will confirm that there's still space available with the Economic Development Coordinator and then confirm timing. And then we'll just have to make arrangements for someone to pick up the supplies for the table at Town Hall.
What time do you need
And
that done?
that's what I'm going to have to confirm with the Economic
okay.
Development Coordinator. If it'll have to be before 4:30 or if I'll have to stick around or if she can let you in or so please watch for an email for me from that once I've had a
Okay.
chance to speak with her. I will not be able to speak to her tomorrow because she's going to be at the golf tournament tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
right.
I'm not certain if she's in the office on Friday or not, but I will send her an email so that she can respond to me. And then hopefully I can send you something early next week.
Okay,
What
Since
time
it is
does
next
Friday
Friday.
in the park actually start?
I believe it's 6:30. Give me one.
I thought it was
second.
something like 6 o'clock too, to be honest.
I'll put 6 just to be safe.
no, I
Yeah,
can get
okay.
there early anyways.
So, because it will require like some setup of the table.
Yeah.
So is somebody bringing everything over there for us to get set up, or are we
No,
getting?
that's what I'm saying. You will
Oh.
have to, yeah.
Get it?
So yeah, it's 6 to 9 o'clock. So you would have to set up before that.
Mm.
Is that the little park across from Town Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect, okay.
So I will make sure that the supplies for the button making machine is there. I will make sure that the keychains are available, the walking tour brochures are in, so those will be available. We'll also have something with information regarding the movies available, so you'll have a good collection
It's good, there'll be
of
lots there.
information. Yeah.
Great.
That's great. Now for the button, I have to learn how to use it.
Yes, I was.
I think it's pretty
gonna say-
easy, but
It is pretty easy. If you have availability this week, and can pop in and I can show each of you real quickly, how to
I
use
might just
it.
have to show up earlier, maybe on the Friday, like on
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
13th. Like I might have to
Yeah.
do it that way, because I think I have all the whole afternoon off, if I'm correct, and that's why I was like, the 13th will work. This is great.
Yeah.
Are we allowing them to kind of draw their own? Yeah, right. That's kind of the thought process. So, do we have any markers? Do we need?
I'm gonna make sure that those are, yes, that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
because
will have all
I
the
know
supplies.
I know I have some extra supplies from when I ran the Easter egg hunt and stuff like that. So I do know I have some markers and things in the basement that I could bring if we don't have the funds or the ability to have some readily
And-
available for that.
I think what I'm gonna try and do too is have them pre-cut in the circle size.
Yes, that would be
Save
awesome.
you some time.
Yeah, that would be like
Okay.
fabulous, because
Um,
that's what the mod does, is they have them already like ready to go in that size. The kids
Yeah.
draw or color in whatever the picture is or whatnot, and then you just slap that sucker on one side and put the thing and spin it and push it down and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So that would be
So, if I can't, I'll let it, I'll do as much as I can, but I might have to reach out to you. Like, I don't know how many we're gonna need that night, right? Like,
true. Okay,
I'll do as many as I can, but there might be some where I might have to say, hey, you guys need to be prepared to cut more.
yes, 100%. And then I think what we could do too is moving forward as well with, I'm getting ahead of myself here with the budget for next year, but I think sometimes you can buy die cut hole punches that are specifically.
We have one,
Oh,
we have
okay. That's awesome. Okay, then we're
but
good.
it literally, I'll be sitting at my desk.
Yes. Yes.
Punching.
Well, if all four of us are there, I don't, I wouldn't even
Right,
worry
that's
too
the
much about
thing.
it, because if all four of us are there, one of us can be on circle cutting duty or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
that's awesome.
Okay,
I was just worried. I was like, I'm gonna have to scissor circles. It's gonna take forever.
no. So, and we do even have, I did previously pull up some designs that they're kind of like Canada Day related designs that
Okay.
I could print a few of those if someone just wanted to color something as opposed to drawing something themselves.
Yep.
So-
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, I
That would be-
didn't get anybody responding saying they wanted to go to Canada Day to do a table and do stuff at Canada Day. So it's just the 2 Fridays in the park that I got
Right,
responses
yes.
for.
Yeah.
So I figured,
I may be able to. I'm just waiting to see on a hockey
But
tournament. We were
you
supposed to be in
can't do it.
Boston, but
You
I don't
can't do
know.
it by yourself, Lindsay. You need
Ah.
at least 2 people.
I know.
So-
But I'm used to doing stuff like that by myself.
No.
What happens if we have a night like tonight where there's like major storms coming in?
Right.
So there are some activities that they were able to move inside to Grace Tippling Hall last summer. Sometimes it was just canceled based on the weather.
Right.
I guess we'll have to play it by ear.
Yeah. And do we have, like a pop-up 10 by 10 kind of tent to sit under?
Yes,
Like, does the town own one of those?
yes.
Okay, perfect. Because if not, I would just bring mine. Okay, that's
Mhm.
awesome. That works.
Anything else with that?
Yeah, I think that's it for
Okay,
that, like for the Friday nights in the park. I think that kind of covers everything.
okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll just wait for the email, I guess, from you to just confirm a few of those small things, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Next item is back lanes, photos and wording approval.
So in the agenda, I attached the document, it's the last couple of pages of the agenda, the proposed wording and the proposed photo for each of the 3 back lanes. The wording for Townsend Lane was approved by the family and was provided by the family.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, they sound good to me. Like when I read them, they
Yeah,
There's
seem to be.
not a lot of room on these signs, so we are limited
No.
for the number of words that we can have. So
Yeah,
we tried to
exactly.
put as much information as we could in such a minimal space.
Yeah, for sure. And no, yeah, they
Mhm.
seems good to me.
okay, if that's the case, can I get somebody to move acceptance of the information on those signs?
I'll move it.
Kyle, and seconded by
Deb will second it.
Deb, okay. All in favor? That's carried.
I like that picture of Sawyer's feed mill, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty
That,
good.
that could look nice as a mural. Just saying.
Good.
Yeah, we got room.
Just
I
saying.
agree. That's actually a really great shot. That could be a good
It
mural.
is. It is.
Yeah.
I like the truck in front because I happen to love old. It looks like it could be a Chevy, but
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
We did lighten up, we did make the sky a little more blue in that one. The sky wasn't quite as blue in the original
Right.
photo. We just
no,
kind
that's
of
okay.
enhanced
That's okay.
a
That's
bit.
all right. It's good. And a little enhancement is always a nice thing. I love this shot though. It's great. You
Yeah.
can see Sawyer's feed mill. Like I said, you've got the cool truck out front. And then we
Yeah.
could decide whether or not, you wanted to keep it in color like this, or if you wanted to turn it into like a black and white or a sepia, right? Because I think it'd work that way too.
Okay, so an update on the movie in the Grace Tippling Hall for August 16th.
Yeah, so I did confirm with Jessica that the movie for August is going to be Rio, which is the one about the blue macaw, one of the last blue macaws.
neat.
That is included in the package that we partnered with her on. So that is the movie that is going to be for August. She is doing a movie at the end of June. I believe it's the Minecraft movie.
Cool.
So that one, and she is actually offering concessions for sale.
Okay.
And she is going to have the popcorn machine
Oh, neat.
and have free popcorn, while at the same time still allowing people to bring their own snacks.
Right.
So I know in previous conversations, the committee had kind of gone back and forth, but we did want to advertise all the movies all together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
that way
is
they know in
going
advance and they can plan for it.
correct. So it is going to indicate that concessions are going to be for sale. So
we may have to do that in
you,
August then.
yeah, you may want to. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying just for consistency, people are we're trying it out. It might not work, right? She's trying it for you.
Yes, which is kind of nice.
And
if it doesn't work, we just update, people or whatever.
Exactly. But at least
they can still bring their own
information. At least the information is going to be out there that the movies are coming, and these are the movies that are coming. So it's going to be the one at the end of this month, the one in August, the one in October, and one in December.
Yes.
I have a
And so
question.
we're just
If
advertising.
somebody was, not the night of the first movie or whenever, kids come in and they end up having, significantly more than there are chairs, what are we gonna
It
do
is,
about that?
it is first come, first serve.
Oh,
So
so they
like,
will have to
once it's
leave?
max, yeah, once it's max,
Okay.
Yeah.
we can't let people in once
I
it's
just wanted
max.
to make sure I can let people know that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. With the advertising, then it's just going to be the June and the August movie so far in this advertisement, and then we'll do another one.
No, she's gonna do all of them
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
so that people are aware that it's an ongoing thing and
Okay.
that they can be planning for it.
Perfect. And just to
Um,
refresh my memory, did we decide on October's
Yes.
and December's? Yes. Okay.
Yes, Beetlejuice for October and Elf for
For
December.
December. Okay. All right. I was having a brain fart. So, okay. Perfect.
Yes. Hi, Bella.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, update on did somebody say something or did I miss?
I just said
No,
hi
no.
to Bella because she logged on now.
Oh, okay, she's gone or she's there?
No,
No,
she's
she's
here.
Just
Okay.
there.
I'm just at work.
Are you? Okay,
Dedication.
they're working hard.
Yeah.
My name
Um,
is Bella here. I don't know how to do it.
there you are.
It's my work name.
We see you, we hear you.
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Okay, so the next item is the Eid Festival.
No, the update on the Curling Club
Oh.
murals.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, I jumped ahead here. So who would like to do the update?
So the
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. They're done. Yay.
Oh,
there's
that was
there's the
great.
update.
So there
they
they
were-
are on the wall. You should be able to see them on the screen now.
Yeah, looks good.
Yep, they were installed, I think, on Monday.
Yes.
So they're very, very fresh. But yeah, they look amazing. I'm super excited to kind of finish the wall because I think it's gonna look great.
Yeah,
I did
it's
post it
nice to
on.
have the whole thing covered.
Yeah, it's gonna be so cool. The only thing I actually did notice when I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, we've got two sort of perspective photos kind of side by side, and then one that's
Yeah,
just-
the other one would have been nice in the middle.
yeah, exactly. I was like, oh no, I really wish we could have either flipped
Well,
them somehow or I don't
These
know.
are
They'll be
these are
fine.
these are Alupan, aren't they?
Yeah, so I mean, we could move it.
We
Like
could
it
move it.
does. I think it could be moved. So if we could find another photo that is more of like a perception kind of photo again. I think the one painting that was on there was sort of a shot of the downtown, but going from where the TD Bank is and looking up Owen Sound Street, if I'm correct, and it was kind of a winter scene.
Mhm, yeah.
That one may work as sort of like a bit of a perception type photo where we could put
Okay.
that where the garage is, and then we could just move the garage over to the next panel, and then choose another something that would be similar to the symmetry, I guess you could say, of the garage photo for the other
Yeah.
side of where the Fiddleville parade is. So it's a thought, because I was looking at them and with my OCD, I saw it right away and I was like, oh no. I'm like, that's gonna drive me crazy.
Well, and
Yeah.
that was one thing we didn't actually discuss
Yeah.
was which one was going to
No.
go on the left and
Yeah.
which one was going to go on
Yeah.
the right. And so, they had to
Exactly.
make, they had to make the
Yes, you're exactly right.
decision. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and really, it wouldn't necessarily matter if the garage was on the other side or
No.
because it's-
and that's
it's
what
just-
I said when I spoke
Yeah.
with them.
yeah, it's literally just, it's the perception view, right? Like,
And
It looks
it's
like
only
we could-
because there's 3 there. If there's
Yeah.
4 there, one on the left side, it wouldn't, be an issue, I don't think.
well, I mean,
Maybe.
still, it's just, it's the actual visual depth of the photo, right? Like it
Right.
looks like you could drive straight into the middle photo, right?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the parade is going to literally walk off the wall onto the parking lot. So
Yeah,
the
right.
perception it's got that depth, right? Up for the perception where the garage is just, it's very flat and forward. So
Yeah.
if we wanted a little bit more symmetry, we need another photo where the garage is that gives that depth or perception, right? And then from there, you could potentially do 2 more flat, ish type pictures on either side of those. So then you have your 3 in the middle that would be considered a perception or a depth photo. But like I said, it still looks amazing. And, if it's going to cost an arm and a leg to kind of move that photo over, then it is what it is. But it's something we could, potentially just keep in mind when we're looking at photos for the next 2 murals that would go on that wall. But yeah, so they do look, like I said, amazing. They're nice and big. You can see them immediately when you drive by. I put them on the Facebook already, and I've had some positive comments. One gentleman said that he can't wait to see more. So he's looking forward to that wall being finished, as well as potentially more around the town. So it's a good, I don't know if you want to call it a program or an initiative or whatever you want to call it for us as a committee to continue moving forward with, because people are, sort of saying it's a good thing, and it looks great. So, we're not seeing any negativity just yet anyways.
I don't think it will.
Hopefully not. But there's always somebody who is negative.
Okay, so anybody else with any comments about the murals, or do we want to move on to the next item?
I love them. They're amazing. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm going to stand in front of them and take a picture. It looks like a good backdrop, right?
I honestly think it looks it's literally like the parade is going to walk off the wall onto the onto the parking lot. It's super cool. It's super cool. And then when you drive up in front of that one down the main street, it's like you could just drive right into it. It is super cool.
Didn't we pick a barn? I thought we picked a barn.
No, it's one of the options. It's one of the choices that we still have, that we can pick through. And then we were actually, well, not we, I actually recommended or said that the photo that we're going to use for the backlane names, the Sawyer's feed mill, it's actually really cool photo and could make a really awesome mural as well.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, I love that one too. So I would love to see that one as part of the mix.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to the next item, the partnership with Dufferin Museum and the, I don't know how to say this, Eid al-Adha Festival. Did I say that right?
That's good. That's good. Yes. Eid al-Adha. That's good though.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it right either.
Oh, you see that? Yeah.
I'm so bad with.
So how, does anybody have anything that they can bring us up to date on, or anything that we need to know about this as far as having it all put together?
I sent Alice some information. Was that sent to everyone, or should I just explain it now, Alice?
Yeah, maybe just update us.
That was not sent to everyone. No, the budget. I
Okay.
don't typically share budget information on a public agenda, other than the committee's budget.
Do you want me to send it to everyone? Oh, my phone doesn't work for email. I can't send it from here.
Just give us a
Well,
verbal.
it's going really well, the planning. We are still looking, it's now not at the agricultural center anymore. I let Sue Peterson know. We actually moved the date because we realized that if Eid prayer is happening and organizing the community for that, and then to run a full-on bazaar would be too much for the few of us. So we moved it. We have the Eid prayer this Friday, but we moved it to the 21st because that was the first available date everyone had. And we are in the process of, we have secured some vendors. A lot of them are multicultural, but we want to also capture Shelburne. So we have someone that's going to have a table for eggs and jam and all the local, stuff, just because we are Muslims in Shelburne. Also, we have some performers, but not fully. So it's all going well. It's basically a drop-in. So it's a drop-in for anyone to come and get a synopsis of culture, buy some food, that kind of thing. And any vendor, any store in Shelburne can have a table for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and anyone can come in for free. They just have to pay for food. And we're asking the vendors to keep the food between $5 to $10. It's so expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, for sure, for sure. Now, is there any sort of like activities going on while they're there? Like, is there, like, I don't know, like dancing or crafting or, something related to Muslim culture?
Yes, so every hour on the stage at the CDRC, that's when we'll have like 2-minute speech and then a performer. And then the next hour, another 2-minute speech and another performer. That's where you and Kyle will come in. And that's where we've asked Althea from the Multicultural Foundation,
Yep.
because we thought it'd be appropriate. We've asked Sandy Weishart, she's Indigenous, because it's also Indigenous Day, to do
Oh, yes, right.
the very first speech, if possible, to give land acknowledgement,
Mhm.
and then we'd have a performer. We just haven't organized which performer comes after which speaker yet, but we have a sari wearing demonstration, how to put a sari on. We have a henna
Oh.
art demonstration. So although there's a stall with henna art being done, we're
Yeah.
gonna have someone come on stage and show how to do it. We're gonna have a calligraphy, because the Quran is like calligraphy.
Right.
Arabic, calligraphy Arabic. We're gonna have someone, okay, everyone take a piece of paper. You can sit on the tables in the front, and here's how we do it if you want to learn an Arabic letter,
Right.
right?
Oh, that's awesome.
It's very similar, like English is AB, they're like Aleph, Ba. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Okay.
It's just
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So,
No, that sounds great.
So Bella, the only thing
Yeah.
that I haven't seen come across yet, do we have times for this yet?
Yeah, anytime drop in between 12 and 6. I feel it's so long. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so tired. But yeah, it's 12 to 6. I don't have the energy to like Lindsay. I should be like out there. Like,
I'm like 12 to 6, that's nothing.
oh,
I'm
So
like,
as
the
far
ballpark
as when
starts
you'd
at
like
8 a.m.
Lindsay and I to
until like
speak,
7.
and as far as when you'd like Lindsay and I to speak, just reach out to us and let us know timing on when you want us there. For
yeah, you can literally pick any time between 1 and 5. So
Okay.
any hour time.
Right. Okay.
You don't want me to speak for an hour.
No, 2 minutes.
No way.
Can
I
you
mean, I know
imagine?
I can speak
Let's
for longer
tape it.
than that, but I have to
The
make sure I don't.
the proper English statement. Okay. On the hour.
Okay,
Yes.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
Now, just wondering if we should have someone other than an Indigenous person do the land acknowledgement, only because I feel that they
Oh,
don't need to acknowledge their own land.
Right.
You know what I mean?
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Okay, yeah.
I think like say if myself or Kyle was there to maybe do the land acknowledgement and
And
then
then
have the Indigenous member speak like immediately
Yeah.
after.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll have them speak for the second then, and we
Yeah.
do the first one be land acknowledgement. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Good
would say
point.
open it up if you can, sort of with the land acknowledge, because it is, June 21st, and that is,
Yeah.
the solstice.
Yeah.
So that is in for like you said, for the Indigenous Peoples Day. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I wouldn't have her do that because it's already her land. Or him, whoever you're getting to speak.
Yeah, and
So
I'm glad you told me this. It's a good learning
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I'll
so
go
we'll
take that
just,
back to the
either myself, maybe, or Kyle, or even if Wade is available and Wade wants to do it, that's fine as well, because that's sort of coming from the town as a representation as well, and acknowledging the fact that we are on their land. But yeah, we don't want them acknowledging their own land. It's that wouldn't
That
go.
does make sense.
Yeah.
Well, if Wade speaks, we still would like you and Kyle to speak.
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's on the committee.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm not speaking for Wade. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you're going to ask him and he does accept, but because I have no idea what he's doing, obviously,
Yeah.
if he's available or not. But one of us, can do it if he can't.
100%.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay. And then each table will have different vendors. I forget what they are right now. Oh, and yeah, we're just having a little dilemma. The singer who is supposed to sing, he's charging $3,000, and so I don't think we can do it. And the other one's, yeah, and the other one's charging $1,800. So we're just trying to find a free singer
Yeah.
in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely continue to put out the feelers for that, because that
Okay.
That's an awful
Because
lot. of money.
I could get you quite a few professional, like known artists for that price. That's
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no, they
that's
charge a lot in the Muslim community because they feel like we should recognize their talent and
of
skill,
course.
etc.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah, but we don't have the
100%.
money for that. We don't
Yep.
have the budget. Yeah.
No.
I agree. I agree. I 100%. I mean, I don't always expect people to do anything for free because they, nobody, well, except me
Yeah.
who volunteers like crazy, but nobody
Yeah.
really does stuff for free because you kind of can't in today's economy. But
Yeah.
you still have to be mindful, like you said, of your budget for an event that is free for the community. So
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
try and find a volunteer like ourselves because we're also volunteering and all of you are. We also want to know if the arts and culture or town would like a table. It'll be there if anyone just wants to put things there, flyers or any information.
Right.
We only have like 15 families that are Muslim here, but the surrounding towns come to the Dufferin Muslim Center as well.
yes, of course. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're going to tell people like from the mosques in Brampton and stuff too, right? To potentially come up and support the event as a whole, right?
Yes, we told the Brampton Islamic Center at McLaughlin and Lowry,
Yep.
and different, exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully, some of those members will come north and get to see our town as well and
Yeah.
help support the event too. So even though, like you said, there's only not that there's only, but there are only 15 families in town. It doesn't mean there's only 15 people there, right? Like we're hoping
Yeah.
that and we're hoping other people will show up too, and
Yeah.
not
We
just
want this to be a
Muslim communities.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
We want this to be like mostly for the non-Muslims to learn about us so that there could be
Yes.
more of a camaraderie and friendship and neighborhood,
100%.
It's about learning about each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we need to do then too is we need to make sure we get some advertising out, right? Especially like now because it's coming up quicker than you think.
Mhm.
So I would
Yeah.
say if you have something already made, you can send it to me. I'll share it around.
The flyer,
Okay.
the flyer
Yeah.
has been emailed to all of you now.
Perfect.
And the
Good.
town is posting it on the town's website and the town's socials as well.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
Great.
Perfect. And I may just
I-
share it from the
yeah.
town social then. I'll just do that. So, because I try to do that anyways, is share from the town's Facebook page so that people then
Okay.
realize that they can go on the town's Facebook page for information.
Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, you know what? I want to applaud this committee for taking this risk for diversity, for learning. And it's our pilot. It's our first time.
Yeah,
Let's see how
100%.
it goes. Yeah.
100%. That's the culture part
that's
of,
right.
of our committee is to make sure that we are, part of all of the cultures in Shelburne. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
This is great. This is awesome. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Oh, that's nice. And like anyone of you can have a table. Any of your friends can have a table. Anyone can have a table. We just need to know. There's a vendor registration link on the registration.
Perfect.
Great.
And as long as nobody's roasting a pig, we're all okay.
Well, I will definitely not be able to come then.
No pork chops at this
Anyways,
event.
okay, so we'll move on to
That's
the
it.
item
So,
6,
restricted.
which is the
Perfect.
budget with regards to murals, student artwork, keychain, movies, and Grace Tipping Hall, and so on.
Yes.
So what did
So
we
it
have
was-
for amounts
was-
last year? Just so we have something to work from.
I think it was 15, wasn't it,
Really,
Alice?
Yes, but a lot of that was from reserves that had been set aside from previous
Right.
years. It was not
Gotcha.
coming from the tax base. So those
right.
reserves are now completely depleted after the projects that we are currently finishing, the
Okay.
mural and the back lanes. So those will be gone. So whatever is requested now is going to be coming from the tax base, which is
Okay.
different from the previous years up into this point.
Right.
That's right.
So looking at the murals, just off the top, because I don't remember the pricing, What was the cost of, let's say, one mural, just so we can get a sense
It's
of.
about
cost?
$1,800 was the quote. Now I imagine everything is going up a little bit more, so
Yeah.
probably be safe to say, sufficiently say $2,000
Yeah,
per
okay.
mural.
Yeah, I would say that's a good idea to budget for as well. So if we wanted two more, that's already four.
So what was the previous amounts that the town gave the committee?
If I remember right, it was about 10 grand one year and 15 another. Roughly.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're
So
right.
if we started with 15 and then if somebody has to knock it back,
But the 15 was, as Alice said, a lot of that was reserves.
oh, right. No, but I meant like, for example, out of the budget for that particular given year, each year.
Each year we've been trying to push things through and trying to get things accomplished. And this year we finally
We
accomplished
did.
something.
So
Yay.
we're just gonna sit here and do
I
nothing?
mean, I think we could still try for 15 and just see what council says, right?
Yeah.
Like see
I
what,
mean, if you have an outline as to like,
yeah,
these were
how we're
just
gonna split
based
it.
on a quick
Here's what we're
conversation
doing.
at the last meeting. No one
Yeah.
sent me any additional ideas to add for 2026. The other thing we have to keep in mind is as much as your budget is for 2026, you are only a committee until the beginning of October. Once the election period starts,
Right.
you are no longer a committee. So
Right.
there will be
Right.
no committee for October, November, December. So I can't be spending
For this year?
committee money, in 2026
Okay.
next
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
because of the
So-
municipal election. So
Right.
it wouldn't be feasible necessarily to ask for a full year's budget when you're not going to be able to do a full year's worth of project.
Right.
Right.
So that's where I was going to break things down. So if we think about two more murals, we're looking at about 4 grand there. The movies at Grace Tippling Hall, that was roughly, correct me if I'm wrong, about 1,000 for the year.
Correct. And we
Okay.
partnered with the recreation.
Okay, so we're looking at 5 grand there.
Yeah.
Key points we already have. Button supplies were probably, I mean, if we're gonna spend anything on that, I can't see that being more than a couple $100.
Right.
Mhm.
Student art show, that's really not gonna cost us much. That's
No.
just gonna be in
Gonna
kind,
cost us the rental of the hall.
which we could go to the council and ask for in kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had
need to charge us.
also, I had talked to a few people about it that had gone to things like this in other towns, and they were talking about like a juried art show where there was a prize that was given, but I mean, even if there
Okay.
was a prize for the students, you're saying maybe $200, like 175 and 25 or something like that.
Right. Right.
So based on all of that, for me
Sorry,
personally,
Kyle, just to add to that.
Yep.
There is a fee for the hall because it wasn't in Grace Tippling Hall because this was going to be at the fairgrounds or CDRC,
Oh.
somewhere like that because,
Great
Grace
tippling, though.
Tip- yeah.
okay. Okay, do we have a rough idea on the cost of that?
I think it's like 250.
Okay, so
That
it's still
feels like
negligible.
180.
So we're still at 5. So personally, based on all of that, if we ask for the extra 1,000 on top of that, that should supplement all the extras that we're talking about. I'd be comfortable going to council for 6.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
keep in mind that
sounds
we did sponsor a few things as well, right? The Eid festival for Bella, and then the Wade had come with that night, so we did sponsor that as well. So we just want to make sure that
Understood. But at the same time, when you're going to a budget, you want to have a plan put forward, and the budget needs to reflect that plan. Having reserves is not something that we should put forward to the council. The council is looking for what do we have planned, what do we want to try to accomplish, and what's it going to cost us.
yeah,
So I wouldn't suggest bumping that up. Remember that this is the ratepayers' money that we're dealing with.
yeah,
Want to increase the tax base. So if we keep it to the 6 grand, that sticks to our plan and gives us a little bit of buffer for anything extra that comes in. It just means that we can't sponsor all these other things. So be it.
right.
I want to be respectful and fiscally responsible to the taxpayers' money in this.
Everybody agree?
Yep.
Okay,
So then if that is the case, then could I just have a motion from the committee, and I'll just read back the numbers that I have, correct me if I'm wrong. But I have 4,000 for murals, 500 for the student art show, 300 for keychains, button supplies, miscellaneous supplies there, 1,000 for movies in Grace Tippling Hall,
Mhm.
coming to a total of 5,800, so rounding up for a request to 6,000.
Yep.
Sounds good, and I'll move that motion.
Yeah.
you get a seconder for that?
Deb's got her hand up.
Okay, I can't see her hand, so, okay, Deb, seconded. All in favor of that motion? And that's carried. Okay, so I think that was everything. Does anybody else have any new business?
No.
No? Okay, if not, we'll get a motion for adjournment.
Is there a meeting
No,
in July?
What's that?
Is there a meeting in July? I know we are off for part of the summer. I just wasn't sure.
Yes, the meeting in July would be scheduled for July 2nd. And then there's no
Okay.
meeting in August.
Okay,
This event.
did I hear who was seconding the motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, that's carried, so if anybody
Deb,
wants.
are you Dutch?
What was that, Bella?
Is Deb Dutch? Is she Dutch?
My ex-husband's family is Dutch. I'm more Brit German.
Okay, so the Van Wyck comes from German?
Pardon me?
The Van Wyck comes from the German side or the Dutch?
No, the Van Wyck comes from the Dutch side, but that's my ex-husband's
Mm.
name. It's not me personally.
Mhm. Yeah, my last name's supposed to be Lauersheimer, but Carter took it over when they came to Canada.
Yeah, mine should be Flynn, but you know what? Wegener is my name, and I kept it. And that's German.
Well, it's funny. I saw you at the grocery. We're finished the meeting, right?
Yeah,
Did we get everybody vote for adjourn? And then I'll stop recording.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.